Hello everyone and welcome to the session. Before we get into AI, prompts, tools or building any applications, I want you to think about something. A few years ago, if someone had an idea for an app, a dashboard, an internal tool or even a small software business, the first question was usually, can you code? And for many people, that was the end of the conversation. The idea might have been good. The problem might have been worth solving, but turning that idea into a working product required skills that most people didn't have. And today, things are totally different. AI tools can help with many parts of the development process. They can generate code, they can create interfaces, they can explain concepts and help turn ideas into working software. And this is where vibe coding comes in. Vibe coding is an intent-driven approach to software development where instead of writing every line of code yourself, you describe what you want to build in natural language and you use AI to help create it. In other words, you are communicating the outcome you want while the AI assists with much of the implementation. Over the next few lessons, we'll look at what vibe coding actually means, where it works well, where it fails short, and how to use it effectively. But before we start using AI tools, it's important to understand why building software has traditionally felt difficult in the first place. For many years now, software development felt out of reach for a lot of people. Most people didn't look at an app and think, I can build that. Coding often seemed like a skill reserved for experienced developers who understood programming languages, frameworks, databases, and many other technical concepts. And building software could feel like navigating through a maze. The goal was clear, but reaching it required learning many tools, concepts, and processes along the way. For someone just getting started, there always seemed to be another technology to learn or another technical hurdle to overcome. And as a result, many good ideas never moved beyond the idea stage because building software felt very difficult to approach. So, understanding this challenge helps explain why new approaches to software development are getting so much attention today. Now, as AI becomes more popular every day, a different challenge has emerged. If you spend enough time online, you will see headlines like, I built a startup in a weekend, or I created an app with AI in few hours. Some of those stories may be true, but they usually focus on the final result rather than the entire process. What people often share is the finished product. What they rarely show are the mistakes, the failed attempts, the revisions, debugging, and problem solving that happen along the way. AI can make software development faster and more accessible, but building useful products still requires testing ideas, fixing issues, and making improvements over time. As we move forward, we'll approach vibe coding with realistic expectations and focus on the practical side of building software. Traditional coding gives developers a high level of control, but it also comes with a steep learning curve and a higher barrier for entry. At the other extreme, AI hype creates the impression that software can be built effortlessly and that AI does all the work and that success happens overnight. But most real products are built somewhere between those two extremes. And this is where vibe coding fits in. You provide the idea, you provide the goals, and you provide the direction. And instead of working only through code, you can also communicate using natural language and describe what you want to build. AI helps with the execution by generating code, creating interfaces, and assisting throughout the development process. And the result is a more accessible way to build software where you guide the process and AI helps you move faster.